You know, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to tell you that earlier today, I talked to a great American. I did. I talked to a truly great American earlier today. And, you know, he asked me, well, what does a person have to do to be a great American? What constitutes a great American? Well, you know, it's the small things in my book that make you a great American. It's not necessarily the big huge things. And what made this person was a great American is I called them up and I called them up and they were kind of like, oh, I'm at the pool. And, you know, it's rude when people talk and yell at the pool. So can I call you back? And I thought to myself, well, sure, you can call me back. And I thought to myself, that's a great American. Why is that a great American? Well, let me give you a contrast. To me, that's a great American. And earlier today, I'm sitting here minding my own business, and my neighbor is out in his driveway or his carport. And remember, I live in a mobile home community. Yeah, it's a trailer park. And we're not on our own spacious, grassy estates here. And he's talking to Verizon about his new Galaxy 8 cell phone and why his stuff didn't transfer over. And I hear every word he says. I've got right over here, I got his social security number written down. I've got his MasterCard and its expiration written down. I've got his super secret Verizon password. I've got his date of birth. I've even got his social security number. And when I see him later on today, I'm going to go over and I'm going to hand him that piece of paper. How'd you get all this? I'm going to say, well, you don't live on a grassy estate. I heard you screaming at Verizon. So I just wanted to point that out to you. Maybe that'll give you something to think about being a great American and about being not a great American. So that gives you some interesting food for thought. And speaking about not being a great American, I've had many people that have given me a bunch of crap about something that I did. How many years ago was it? It was a while ago. Let me look this up. How many years ago was it? Because I forget how many years it was ago, ladies and gentlemen. I got to look around these things because I got these things all set up for your viewing pleasure. And they're in my way. It's proving to be just a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be. Let's see. There it is. It was 3 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. 3 years ago. Wow. I'm talking about a video I published on April 17th, 2014. And I put in my description box, this is the video used to attack me by those who cannot answer me. Direct discussion about time travel and discussion of empirical proof. And this, it just goes to show that I need to revisit some of the classic things that I've talked about, because this video was called I Learned to Time Travel. It's been up for 4 years. April 17th, that's coming up, almost 4 years. And it has 851 views. How do you put up a video that says, I learned to time travel, talk about it on Coast to Coast AM, and still have 851 views? I don't know, but there we go again. So we're going to talk. Did I is the question of this. I guess I should put that into the, I'll go ahead and put that into the information box below. We'll put that in there right now. Original video. So you can take a look at it afterwards. All right. So did I really learn to time travel? Did I really time travel? That's the question that we're looking at. That's the question that we're answering here on this video. Did I time travel? Well, let me tell you what I did. What I did was, I guess it was 5 years ago, right? Almost 5 years ago. And this is before the rods or any of that. I developed a technique where I would go into, I guess it's the astral realm, but I would go into a trance, and I might as well just say it. I know some of you people always talking about going into trances. Well, I would go into trance because that's what it is. And I would see into the future, and I would see the score of NFL football games. I did it from week 4 through the Super Bowl of that season. And I would see the score, and then I would look at the line. That's the gambling line. And I would say that I would predict the football games. And for that 2000 and I guess if I did in April 2014, it must have been, it was a 2014 football season because, the Super Bowl was over in February, so it was April. 88.7%, almost 90% accuracy. Now, let me give you some perspective. If you're a Vegas prognosticator, and you can hit 55, 60%, you can get rich. If I still lived in Nevada and I had hit that 88%, I would have been rich. I would have nailed it. And in fact, I've thought about moving back to Las Vegas just to be able to remote view and go to the casinos and support me doing this work. I've seriously considered it. In fact, I was going to go to Vegas this month, but the person I was going to go with canceled the trip. Get your minds out of the gutter. It was Sterling over in Osaka, Japan. So, and I thought about going to Vegas before the football season because they put the schedule out, they put the line out, and you could bet it. But what I discovered was that if I made my predictions on Wednesday, they weren't as accurate as if I made my predictions on Saturday. So if I lived in Vegas and I was a polyphasic sleeper like I am, I could go to the casino at the game started at 1. I could go there at 10 a.m. and I could put down my bets. I could do my remote viewing right there in the casino. Boom, put down my bets. And I bet that 88% would go up over 90. It would go up over 90. But anyway, so what was that? What was that? Haunted Objects Museum in Vegas? No. Now, what was that? If you go into trance and you go ahead a week and you see the score of a football game, are you time traveling? I come to think now that I wasn't time traveling. I come to think now, the more I learned, that I was actually remote viewing. But if you remote view the future, are you traveling to the future? Lots of interesting speculations. If you remote view the future, are you in fact traveling to the future? I don't really know the answer to that. I think it's more remote viewing. I don't think it's time traveling. But nonetheless, it's an interesting argument that can be made. So, that's what I did. I remote viewed is what I would say. And then I saw the scores and I recorded them and did that. And you know what? I might do it just for the fun and just to show you that I can. I might do it for the upcoming NHL playoffs. And I should go to Las Vegas. I really should. And another reason that I wanted to do this and wanted to talk about this is I need to go back and revisit some of the subjects that I've visited in the past. Because number one, how does a brother do a time travel video and only have 851 views on that video? I don't understand. But number two, somebody wrote me an email today and said, you talked about Paul killing James. I remember you had a video up on it, several videos, and now I've searched, and it seems like they've been scrubbed from the internet. Now, I'm not saying it's Mandela effect, but some of this stuff that I've talked about over the years, I was posting really good flyers on trees in the middle of the forest that nobody was ever seeing comparatively. So I need to go back and revisit some of those things now that we're not out in the middle of the forest so much, and the people will actually see this stuff and understand this stuff and get exposed to this stuff. But was it time travel or was it remote viewing? I think it was remote viewing, to be very precise. And I also did it when I wrote my first book, Apostle Paul Antichrist. Some people that read that book, and that's also in the box below, I read that book and they were like, it was almost like I was there. How did you see with such detail? Well, I remote viewed. I went to the past. I saw these things. I know. What makes you so sure that Paul met the Christ? Because I was there. I saw it. When the Christ is talking to the rich young ruler, that's Saul of Tarsus. When the Christ is talking to that lawyer, that's Saul of Tarsus. When they came to him in the book of Luke, the Pharisees did and said, what are the signs of your coming? That was Saul of Tarsus. At least those 3 times. And I believe it. I'm convinced of it. And I'm also convinced, as we do a shameless plug, I'm also convinced that if you go to my website, jeffreydarty.com, not only will you lose religion and find God, not only will you be exposed to the myth, the legend that is plastic Jesus, but you will also click on this MYSTECH logo and learn about life-changing technology that will change the way you live. It will change your life. It has changed mine. Sleep half the time, twice the rest, improve performance in the gym, much easier for me to fast. And by the way, I am coming to you right now in a fasted condition, improves my meditation work, my astral projection, other spiritual disciplines and practices, increase my energy and vitality. And if you want to have this in your life, you can go to MYSTECH by clicking there, see which one of these great products you like the best, and then go back over to my website, use this button right here to order, and you will get, believe it or not, a full 20% off. But unless you see this, MYSTECH Bands by Jeffrey Darty, you will not save 20%, and you won't be helping your friendly neighborhood Christian whistleblower, because only when you go through here do they break me off a little piece and help me continue to do this work that I am doing. So, yes, I believe I was going to the future. Yes, I believe I've gone to the past. Yes, I believe I can do it whenever I want to do it. And yes, Thomas. Oh, I didn't see Thomas as Jesus. I didn't look at that one. Very good. Very good. Thomas wasn't Jesus, but Thomas was the person crucified as Jesus. Ellie, that's what I'm going to call you because I can't make out how you pronounce your name. She's been wearing her MYSTECH for almost 2 days now, and I have been feeling so good. And I didn't ask her to say that. She just said it. And tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern, is this Thursday? It is. Tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern, it's time for to be back with Scotty Roberts. And if I can find this new cool video or thing that Scotty made, is this it right here? That is not it right here. What did I do with it? But anyway, we're restarting our show. And I can't remember what the name of it's going to be. Because we're actually giving it a name. And we actually got a really cool graphic for it. Scotty, what's the name of the show? I don't know if my spirit time traveled or if I really time traveled. Scotty, what's the name of the show? It has something to do with rapscallions. Oh, he sent me a photo right over here on Facebook. So let me go grab it so I can show you all. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Scotty sent me a photo. Boom, there it is. Let me go ahead and share this with you. Are you ready? I mean, are you really ready to see this? It's pretty awesome. Here we go. The consequential rapscallions. And I'll let Scotty tell you tonight what a rapscallion is. Jeffrey Daugherty, Scotty Roberts, the consequential rapscallions. And of course, the question is, who's the cock and who's the crow? But you'll never know unless you watch the show. And that starts tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern time. Scotty's all recovered from all of his surgeries. So tune in for the consequential rapscallions, me, Jeffrey Daugherty, and the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, the way of life himself. Be he cock or be he crow, he is Scotty Roberts. 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, right here on this channel. Thank you, Scotty, for doing that. I really appreciate it. And that's what we're going to be doing. So, yeah, I time traveled forward and backward. Or did I remote view forward and backward? I guess I really remote viewed. Forward and backward. And just to show you that it can be done, I'm going to do it again. For the National Hockey League playoffs, right here on this channel, ladies and gentlemen, this very channel. Some of you that are as old as Scotty and I will remember same bat time, same bat channel. And that's going to be here tonight. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Did I really time travel? I think I did, but I at least really remote viewed both the 2014 NHL season at 88+% and going backward into New Testament times to write. I wonder if Adam's serious. He says, do something difficult like the lottery. So let me get this straight. Picking 88% of the NFL games from week 4 through the Super Bowl, that's not difficult. Do you understand that I probably could have made several $1 million if I'd have gone to Vegas and bet those games? Just thought I'd throw that out. That is difficult. That's actually very difficult. Lottery, for some reason I don't feel the unction to do the lottery. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, 10 p.m., the consequential rapscallions with Scotty Roberts. Time travel. Remote viewing. What was it? And here's a great question. Journeyman always comes up with some good questions. If I went back, I don't like that if part, but when I went back in time, be it remote viewing or be it time traveling, and I sat there and perceived the Christ and Saul of Tarsus, did the Christ perceive me? Did the Christ know that I was there? And at that time, I had long hair and a beard, so I would have fit right in. I would have fit right in, of course, depending upon what I was wearing, but I'd have fit right in, at least in the look. Interesting. And of course, Minister Stickle says a good algorithm could have done better. No, it couldn't. That is I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. That's an ignorant statement. Nobody does 88%. Nobody. No computers. No algorithms. No prognosticators. So no. You're wrong. It could not have done better. I think that Christ totally saw you. I don't know. Maybe we'll ask Scotty Roberts to wax philosophical about that this evening at 10 p.m. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. But yes, I did time travel / remote view. Yes, I did it with great accuracy. And the reason why I did the football is because somebody said, yeah, if you think you're so smart, then why don't you do the future? And I said, okay. Because I mentioned somewhere that I did remote viewing as part of the book. And they said, well, if you're so smart, do the future. So I did. And I done did it. And done did it at 88%. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. And JJ, don't even finish the sentence. Do you think ghosts could be remote viewers? Oh, now there's a great question. Are ghosts remote viewers? Are they just peeking in? That is so interesting. So interesting. I don't think his name was Yeshua either, by the way. Were you aware of your physical senses? No, I didn't smell. I didn't taste. I didn't feel. I just saw. Maybe I could if I wanted to. Ghosts or voters, at least in the Democratic Party. Maybe I could if I wanted to. I never tried it. And I'll have to think about that next time I do it. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, remember to be a great American, like the person I talked to today who was by the pool and didn't want to talk because they would bother everyone. I thought that's a great American. But don't be like my next door neighbor, who I literally have written down all of his personal information because he was talking on the phone, yelling and screaming. And I'm going to give him that I don't even think I'll say anything. I'll just hand him the paper and he'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So be a great American. And yes, I did hear. That's a good point. Be a great American, ladies and gentlemen, and be with us tonight at 10 p.m. when I welcome Scotty Roberts for it's not really our first show, but it's our first officially named consequential rapscallions, Jeff Daugherty, Scotty Roberts. And we'll talk a little bit more. We'll muse a little bit more about this subject of time travel. What do you think about me actually having a conversation with a ghost last night and actually videoing it? How come I'm not on TV? And I got to tell you something. If there's a couple of little blinky lights that say, oh, there's a ghost here, that doesn't impress me near as much as when something organic and natural and something like the rods say, yeah, there's a ghost here, and the ghost answers yes or no questions. To me, that's some real stuff, and you're going to see a lot more of it, ladies and gentlemen. Far more than a parlor trick, But even if it was just a parlor trick, that's one hell of a interesting curiosity. Then I think it's very, very powerful, and we're doing some real good stuff with it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I did not smell anything with the ghost. I wonder if that's true or if we just watched too much Supernatural. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave you right now. I don't have my rods with me. Oh, they're out in the car because I took them last night. 88% is unbelievable. Nobody hits 88%. Nobody. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. We'll see you tonight at 10 p.m. and likely between now and then. But until then, ask questions, question answers. Guide your own spirit, master your own ascension. I'm the Christian Whistleblower. You're the Gospel Truth Army. I salute you and encourage you to keep on keeping on as you unindoctrinate yourself.